Hello everyone, this is Anime Heaven X23, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a strategy guide update on all the strategy games that I currently own and that I will be using on my various playthroughs on my Steam Deck, which is what I've decided to go primarily. And then it'll be Switch 2, Switch, whatever, and I do want to get one PC handheld just for Game Pass, and that'll be my Game Pass one. So I'll have my Steam stuff on the Steam Deck, Game Pass, and so on. And now that Indiana Jones is Steam Deck verified, I'll play it on there and stuff. But anyways, so without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, the first guide that we have is Tales of Zestiria. As you can see, it's a nice hardbound guide. We'll go a little bit in there so you can see it's a good quality guide. Nice hardbound. This typically goes for, to get in the condition I have it, it's normally like, I think $35, $40 or more if you want to get one in really good condition. So that's the first guide that we got. As you see, the second one we have is Tales of Symphonia. This guide was originally for the GameCube, as you can see. But since it's out on every system now and stuff, so I got it back to play on my Steam Deck. Then we got Star Ocean: The Last Hope, which is actually my favorite Star Ocean game. And it's one of 3 Star Ocean games on the Steam Deck. You have Star Ocean Second Departure R, which is verified. The Last Hope, which is last I checked was unsupported, but it plays absolutely flawlessly on the Steam Deck. You buy it, it'll play flawlessly, so you don't have to worry about it at all. And Divine Force, surprisingly enough, which was unsupported, just became, I think it's like small text, and you gotta adjust the graphics a little bit, but otherwise it'll play. So I'm waiting for that to go on sale, and I'm gonna buy that to play that on the Steam Deck. So we got Star Ocean. When this first came out in the 360, I believe it was 3-disc, I think, if I remember correctly. I remember I put over 100 hours in the thing, because you have all these different relationships you got to build, and if you do, you get all these extra stories and stuff and throughout the game and in the ending. So I definitely can't wait to play that again, and to get that guide in that condition. Symphonia guide will run you, I think, $20 some. Last Hope around the same price. Then we got Renaissance of Fate. This is verified on the Steam Deck. This originally came out on the PS3 and 360, and then a 4K update version was launched on the PS4 only, and then of course on Steam and that. So I got that. And then we got Final Fantasy 15. And this is as you can see, the collector's edition. It has a couple little scratches here and here that actually indented in the guide, but considering the fact that the rest of the guide is perfect, I can deal with that. So you got this guide. This one can rank you anywhere from like 60, 70, $80 or more if you want to get one that's in really great condition. The softbound guide, it's normally like $20 or so. My buddy at the flea market has one, so I'm gonna send him a message after I get done with this and see if he still has it and ask him to hold it for me. And then I'll use that for the playthrough instead of the hardbound. Now I can keep the hardbound in really good condition. Alright. And then, as you can see, we got the Final Fantasy 13-2 Collector's Edition guide. This one, because they came out, all three of the Final Fantasy 13 games, the Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2, and Lightning Returns, which is Final Fantasy 13-3. All three of them have a regular guide and a Collector's Edition guide. I got the Collector's Edition guides back for 13 and 13-2. Need to get the one for Lightning Returns, 13-3. That one ditches the white covers of the first two games, and the third one comes actually in black. It has lightning all over the front of it. So we got that. I can see there's 13, and I actually really enjoyed Final Fantasy 13 for what it was. I enjoyed it. And then we got Final Fantasy 12. And when I first played this game back in the day on the PS2, I didn't like it because it reminded me of Final Fantasy 11. But it had inverted controls. And when I first played Final Fantasy 11, it had inverted controls. And I had to train myself to get used to it. You know, up is down, up is down, down is up, and left is right, and all that stuff. And when I got used to playing 11 and went back to playing another game, I had to get myself relearned to the older way. And then eventually they gave you the option in 11 where you could use regular controls, not inverted. So, but this was like, wait, this is like an offline 11. Then after I got more into 11, I ended up liking this game. But I only ever played the demo, so I never actually played the game. So I'm looking forward to actually playing it. And then, of course, we got Final Fantasy X-2 here. I really enjoyed the game, but I remember when I had it for the PS3 and the 360, I couldn't get the break damage limit to work. I did everything I was supposed to, but I couldn't get it to actually work. And I read online that, it worked for some people, it didn't work for some. Well, mine, it didn't work. Because I went into that dungeon where you can go. I made it to floor 60, and I couldn't get past it because I couldn't access the break damage limit, and I couldn't beat the bosses on the different floors. And this game has a good, a bad, a good, and perfect ending. The bad is the perfect is The best ending you want to get is the good. Shoot for the good ending. Don't worry about any other ending. Because the good ending, spoiler if you've never played the 10-2 games, is the ending you start to see at the very end of Final Fantasy X. When you see that at the end of Final Fantasy X, is the good ending that you see. And then we got my favorite Final Fantasy game here, which is Final Fantasy VIII. And this is a mint condition guide. I absolutely love this game. I've beaten this game probably 16 times over the years. Absolutely love the game. Can't wait to replay it again. And these are the guides that this guy on eBay, if you search it up, you'll find them. Here's his Final Fantasy X guide. These guides are really good quality, and it's the exact same as the Brady guide back in the day. It's the exact same, except it's hardbound. It looks really good. So I initially got that because I couldn't find Final Fantasy X in a good price. Same thing for Final Fantasy IX guide. Now the 7 guide, which you're going to see, because that one was more like Brady, and then I think he had to change things up. I'm taking a guess that's why he had to do 9 and 10 the way it is. Because you can see this one's just like the cover. And the back, literally, it's the exact same. So I think he had to change things up, I guess, and went with a more plain cover, not exactly like theirs. That's why I'm thinking it went like that for 9 and for 10. Same thing for 8 and the 10-2 guides. But to find a good condition guide of 9 is too pricey right now for me, what I want to spend, and then also for 10. But I am going to try to find them in good enough condition, and I will use those to play these games instead of these, because I want to keep these in really good condition. And I don't want the, the spine to get all worn out and stuff. Like I said, this is, as you can see, if you get this one's exact replica of that one. And then we got the Crisis Core Final Fantasy guide, Final Fantasy 7 guide, the prequel to Final Fantasy 7. Shows you how Cloud ended up there. Then we got the Chrono Cross strategy guide. And I always wanted to get this guide. I haven't had it for a long time. So when I got it back, I was happy. I think I paid $15 for it. And it's in really, really good condition. So I couldn't complain for that price. So here is a picture of all my guides that I have currently. Like I said, I do want to get a Final Fantasy 8 and 10-2 guide, just like those. And then I would like to find 7, 8, 9 guides that are at least I consider, really good to very good condition, and use those to play the games. So I'll start with 7, regular 7, and then I'll work my way from there. Or I'll start with 8, my favorite. I'm not quite sure yet. So I just want to give everyone an updated look of my guides that I currently have. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and if there's any other guides that you would like, you think I should get for the games that I saw that I own, or if you want more information about these guides, please let me know in the comments and I'll give you the information. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Take care, everyone. Goodbye, and thank you.